Hello, this is Broyar, and welcome back to another episode of our Let's Play for F1 Manager 2024 as we continue our creative team run here with Broyar Racing. Currently still in 11th place just because we haven't got any points. Actually, Haas has gotten some points. Never mind. So we will not be getting 9th place. Haas has got 7 points. I don't see us getting 7 points. We might get 2 or 3 points and get us above Kick Sauber here. I don't see us getting 7 points. So we are going to miss, unfortunately, our 9th or above. The board hopefully will be overall satisfied with us anyway. We'll see how that goes. But next season will definitely be just fine. We might have to do more design after all. I was going to try and avoid doing more design, but maybe we have to do some more if the board is going to be this unhappy with us if we fail. I like to see how we're at once we get all of these parts done. Big one being the underfloor we're working on right now. Everything else is pretty much locked on at the moment. I mean, we're up to 4th, 9th, and 3rd here, which is pretty impressive. But most of the track so far, because of how bad our top speed has been, it just hasn't really helped us at all. So maybe we need to do some more designs just to fix some of those after all. Otherwise, we risk losing our job. I might just go ahead and pump up some engineers in here. I just need to get that done quicker. We're probably gonna have to leave one for design. I don't really like it. It feels like a really bad idea, but I don't know what else we can do to otherwise guarantee that we get what we need point wise. I mean, this one underfloor itself, it's not a massive boost. Plus 3 on low speed, though. It is a boost. We dare go high? I don't think we dare go higher. I think we got to take whatever little bit of money we can get and just be happy with it.
Welcome along to one of the
I will say this is one of the best tracks for us from a fact that it's a pure downforce circuit. So we have our best chance here, given the way our cars are set up. Alright, let me go ahead and do practice and qualifying, and I'll be back for the race. Alright, we're back for the race itself. 11th for Ibanez is really, really good, and that proves that a lot of our stuff that we've been doing is trending towards the right direction for these types of downforce tracks. Fernandez, I think, just had a bad qualifying. He just messed up in the first one. Not a big deal. It happens sometimes. Dropping down to 18th, but you know, there's a chance we could sneak back in there. It's hard to pass on this particular track, but hard, but not impossible. So we'll see what we can do. We are going to do a triple pit here because we are going to have some rain, unfortunately, at some point. Around lap 58, we'll have to kind of play it by ear once we get closer, but something like that. In fact, we actually might even need to edit this a little bit more to account for maybe a bigger kind of variance there. I'm going to push this one all the way to the end. Just give us a little bit more of a variance here, depending on where we need to pit stop there. And the same thing for you. Try to pit stop as late as we can. And give us a little bit of a bandwidth there, just in case the rain changes. You know, it's mine some way, one way or the other. All right, let's go. I mean, there's a very, very slim chance to get a point here. I don't think we get more than a single point. Which, as we know, a single point is not going to be quite good enough. But at least it's a start. Alright, this first corner, obviously, scary corner at the very beginning of this race here. So, I'm going to watch this a little bit here. I'll get kind of past that. Get past this side-by-side driving here, which is not great. Hopefully things will settle in a little bit better. Okay, we did have to fall behind to 11th, unfortunately. And that is that. Alright, because we're being so careful on the tires, we're actually going to immediately drop down to standard here. One lap of pushing is all we can really afford. Ibanez did move up to 10th there. I mean, the fact that Fernandez is so far back is, you know, annoying because I think he could have done better, but we'll play it out. I mean, Ibanez still doing a pretty good job staying close to 10th place, which is impressive. That tells you that, again, our car setup is made for this type of track more than anything else. Wish we could have gotten that new underfloor in place as well. Actual proper safety car deployed. We're still thinking about lap 50. Actually, now it's back to lap 50, maybe 53, 54. We'll call it 54. So definitely plug that one in. We can come out on some pretty aggressive mediums. Still leave a little bit of a gap, a little abandon there to kind of play around with that. I think we've got a pit here. But it's so hard to pass is the problem. If it was a different track that was easier to pass on, I actually think we go with this strategy down here in a heartbeat. I just don't know that we do that here when we would be really hard for us to get past anybody once we're done. I think we stay the course, actually. It's risky either way. If it was a little bit later in the pit, maybe down in this band, I think we definitely figure something out. I think where we're at now, I just don't think we gain enough, again, with how difficult it can be to pass on this track versus, whatever. So I think we played out. I can definitely see it being a bad idea overall. I mean, some cars in front of us crashing out does help potentially boost us up into more points than we were expecting, but that also means that Haas and, oh my goodness, that was a pretty rough crash. Haas and who else was it? Williams. Who else is ahead of us? Alpine, I think. One of those. They're going to get some points as well, unfortunately. They're going to have a higher chance of getting points as well. Yeah, looks like nobody else is pitting. So, yeah, I think it's the right move to not pit. Again, different track. Easier to pass. We pit all day long. But in this particular one, I just don't see the value. We will get to attack briefly here. Oh, and I did forget to set up my driver mentality the way I like it. At the moment we're in points, and we know we were competing with the Mercedes car here, so slim chance we can get even more points than I was originally expecting. It's really also going to come down to the rain, like how we can predict the rain, because obviously our weather station is not very good. It's possible that these other guys is much better and they know exactly when to predict the rain. Okay, now this is This is different. Looks like we did crash ourselves, unfortunately.
Right, let's follow the action now at turn 7. Just flies into that crash. And they'll definitely be facing a few questions from the
That wasn't even
team
us.
after that.
That's us back here. He did affect us. Thankfully, that crash itself was not us.
Not going the way that-
Do we still in it? And we can just maybe replace the front wing or something? Oh, I didn't do the... Okay, well, if we're coming out like this, we definitely want to come out in softs. That is a guarantee. That's definitely going to be faster. Doing double softs here will be faster than... We'll go ahead and replace the front wing. Doing double softs will be faster than staying on the medium, so that's fine. Oh, the rain came?
Here we go once more. The track is ready. And
I didn't see the message that it said the rain. I was so distracted by trying to figure out, trying to make sure we changed this front wing. I did not see that the message the rain was going to be out. Okay, well, we're dead. We lost this race. We had a chance at 7th place, and again, because of some, it's not real, right? I'm not going to miss the note from my guy that's tapping me on the shoulder. Hey, boss, I just checked. It will be rain by the time we come out for red flag. Obviously, you're going to know that, and me not knowing that is just me. It's frustrating. It's not real that we would come out on softs. Nobody would let us come out on softs on this, knowing that the rain was coming out, and the fact that it didn't give me a warning or anything like that is just annoying. I mean, part of me says restart the race because this is going to hurt us in a way that should not hurt us. Although it is still dry. I mean, one lap of softs come out later. I mean, we're not going to gain enough, but well, maybe it won't hurt us as much as I'm hoping. I'm afraid it will. We told we might even be able to get out away with a couple laps here. And then it dries up somewhere over here, possibly even right there. 54. It might be dry enough. Might be able to make this work. All right, we're going to try it out. If we push these tires, I mean, we might just crash, honestly, at this point. But it's still technically still dry. So theoretically, we have the advantage here for 2 laps. All right, do these cars have to get out of our way? So it's just going to end up being a... I don't think we get 20 seconds ahead of them where we can afford the pit stop here in a minute. We might even had to have pit stopped right there. Yeah, the weather's going up pretty quickly here. Can we get one more lap on these tires? I think it's getting wet enough. He does not have to get out of our way anymore. Probably needed to pit right there. I mean, we're going to lose some ground, But I'm hoping that we don't lose as much ground as I was afraid we would lose, just because we did get a little bit of a slingshot here, just because cars initially had to get out of our way. I mean, it only got damp halfway through this track, so we're going to go ahead and drop down. I don't want to go too crazy here on anything while we're on the wrong tires. But we got a slingshot boost there. Now we're on the wrong tires. Now maybe we have to get out of people's way as well, but we're about to pit in. Let's go watch Ibanez. I think we do lose positioning from where we could have been, but I don't think we lose so much positioning that maybe we're still... I don't know. It's so early. If we gone like 3 or 4 laps instead of just 2, we might have had a better chance of getting back in this, but we definitely lost positioning, unfortunately. Yeah. We should have been top 10, and we definitely are not going to be top 10. So it is what it is. I can't do anything about it. Other than restarting the race. And again, no other person in our crew would ever have let us gone out on softs there. I just got to pay more attention to the red flag thing. It is unfortunate. Man, okay. Well, we're just going to zip through this. I lost this race because of me. It's my... I mean, don't get me wrong. I am taking full blame for the fact that I didn't see the message, but in reality, there's no way I would have ever missed that message in real life. You know what I mean?
Now that incident looks to involve Oscar Piastri.
We might still get hurt borderline back in points, but it would have been almost guaranteed had we done things the right way. I hope they fix the red flag screen someday, because you should be able to plan out strategies. There's a lot of things I feel like you should be able to do from that screen. That you just can't, like, there's just no information on that screen. Once you get past that first one, like, there's just very little information that you can get from that screen anymore, which doesn't feel realistic. You know what I mean? All right, full stoppage. Well, now we'll pay attention. Presumably it will be dry when we get out of here. There's just no reason. No, it's still going to be wet. Why don't it rain? Now, if this is inaccurate when I come out of here, I'm going to be extremely upset. So we're going to just put on some new inters because we're expecting it to still be wet. If that information is wrong, we'll find out.
The restart is moments
All right, it is still wet. That's good.
The race continues. And it's lights out, and away we go.
I mean, we have no idea what the weather's going to look like here in 2 more laps, but at least initially we're starting off on the right ones. It is going to dry up probably pretty soon after lap 40 something. Let's say 45. I mean, it's going to have to be hards, apparently. She does have some mediums. 137.50 versus... Yeah, so actually the mediums for her would be better. So we'll bring her out on mediums. Alright, here's hoping we can at least get through a race at some point. Let me go watch her, I guess. Fortunately, there's a kick car in front of us. They're right now, they're slated to get points where we're not. We are so in trouble for this season. Should have been better though. All right, good way bullying your past him, but he's still going to get points at the moment.
There's a yellow flag now.
Fernandez crash. Great. Like, broken? Yeah, it's broken. Oh my goodness, this race is never going to end, is it? Fernandez is basically not in the race anymore at this point. We're ignoring that he exists. Starting to dry up a little bit. We might get to that 45 lap that I was expecting it to be. I mean, you're literally dropping out of your tires here in a minute, so don't worry about it. Not this lap. Maybe the next lap we schedule the pit stop. Actually stalled for a minute. Actually going back up briefly. It's going to be closer to lap maybe 48. Or it's changing its mind. Now it's starting to drop off pretty quickly. Okay, 3 stop, but that doesn't mean anything, buddy. How about you keep quiet? Maybe this next lap we pit. We can go one more. Alright, we're going to schedule your pit. You're coming out on mediums. And then Fernandez, we might pit you now. I think one more lap you're going to struggle. Decent pit stop though. 2-3. That's a good pit stop. All right, let's just settle in here. We're on our tires for the end of the race. Keeping us up to 9th. Assuming everybody in front of you is already pit. No, Russell has not. Actually, there's several people that have not pit yet. By some craziness, Ibanez might actually be able to be back up in some reasonable points here. I mean, she's got Mercedes right on her tail, but so far so good. Struggling to break free of him, unfortunately. I mean, is he pushing his tires more than her? She is pushing his tires more than her, so she's going to be able to preserve here a little bit longer. Maybe she can break free of this soon. Be able to push a little bit more at the end, maybe. Kick is not in the points right now. That's pretty big for us. Neither is Haas Racing Cars. Oh no, they're right in front of us. Never mind. So they're actually going to get more points than us. Alright, Eben is starting to get a little bit more of a gap here. Is she actually catching Ocon? Yeah, barely. That would be a pretty big pass if we can get that. Put you down a light because you don't really matter. And I think... maybe I was supposed to have been on light the whole time. I thought I was normal for you and medium for you, but I might have misremembered. Alright, she's not really gaining on Ocon anymore, unfortunately. Oh, and then the Williams car is about to just smoke us, unfortunately. She did catch Ocon. We'll get down to the last couple laps here. We are going to go jump into this. We're actually going to see if we can get us actual positional, some sort of good positioning here in just a moment. Let's wait till we get to 3 laps left and then we'll kind of jump in. She might be able to pass Ocon naturally here. I went too far on that. That's okay. Let's jump in here. Let's get you jumped down so I don't have to pay attention to you anymore. Let's watch this heating up here at the end. So hard to pass on this track, though. All right, we really need to attack here. Full deploy. Push this back to balance, though. Come on. Come on, get it. All right, we got that one. Is that Fernandez in front of us? Yes. Obviously, he's got to let us pass. That's fine. All right, we're going to go neutral here. We're going to look behind us. Keep an eye on Ocon behind us. This is a big pass right here. If we can hold on to this here.
Charles Leclerc is today's winner.
I mean, how much better would it have been had I not made the mistake with the inners? Honestly, I can't imagine it would have been much better. I actually think we came back in this pretty well, all things considered. So maybe... I mean, we did lose some positioning because of the inners. Or because of not being on the inners when we should have been. But I don't... Okay, we did win it. We did get fifth. I don't think we lost as much as I was afraid we would have lost. Because honestly, these cars up here are definitely faster than us. We would expect that. No, that's all good.
And that's another race done for Fernando Alonso.
Some good points there. 10 points is a pretty big deal. Moves us up to 10th. Only 5 points behind Alpine. And actually, Williams jumped up there. Haas jumped up there. A bunch of cars jumped up there. But we're only 5 points behind any one of these. So we get one more decent finish. And it's not impossible for us to get to where we need to be. Good pit stops, actually. Considering there were so many red flags that we were very limited on pit stops. Still some good pit stops. Okay, so let me just go through the list here. We do need another chassis. Front wing, we do need front wings. Rear wings are okay. Okay, so we need another chassis and suspension for sure. We'll do some more front wings here in a bit. 4 can get us by a little bit. About to get us on underfloor here in 1 day. That's huge. Next race is in 11 days. So actually, we'll have 2 underfloors. That's actually really big. I don't know. Is the board happy with us at the moment? Being 1 point behind where we need to be? I seem satisfied. So I think if we ended at 10th, missed it by 1 point, I think we keep our jobs, which is kind of the most important thing here. All right, we're going to put a cut in there. When we come back, Montreal. We shall see. But I do appreciate you guys watching. May God bless you, and I hope you join me again next time. Thank you, and goodbye. I wanted to give a special shout out to the following channel members. Thank you so much for supporting the channel.